Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Recent Jobs. If you are preparing for an TCS interview in 2024, this video is a must watch. We will be covering the latest interview questions that TCS is asking along with sample answers and some quick tips to help you stand out. We have compiled the most relevant questions asked across all rounds, that is TR, MR and HR, to help you prepare effectively. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of what to expect and how to approach each question with confidence. So let's get started. In this video, we will be covering everything you need to know about TCS interview. You will learn about the most commonly asked technical questions as well as essential HR questions and manager round questions, and along with latest interview experience. By the end of this video, you will be well prepared for your TCS interview no matter which round you are facing. Let's discuss technical interview round. In technical interview round, you will be asked questions based on the skills mentioned in your resume. Some major topics of discussion in technical interview can be data structures and algorithms, your projects, core computer science subjects like OOPS, DBMS, OS and computer networks, puzzles and many more. It is advisable to go through your resume once before you sit for an interview, as you should be aware of the skills you have mentioned in your resume and be well prepared for them. We'll go over the key points you need to focus on while preparing a technical interviews, especially if you are a fresher. Let's get into it. Prepare your resume. Mention only those things in which you are confident. Prepare any project in the domain you are interested in. Prepare computer science core subjects like DBMS, OOPS, data structures, operating system, and computer network. Any one programming language like Java, SQL, Python. Last but not least, must be aware of latest technologies, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT and cyber security. Next is related to managerial interview. This is one of the most important interview. In managerial interview, the interviewer wants to examine your leadership, decision making and problem solving skills. The three main types of questions you will get are situation based question, project based and puzzle based questions. In the managerial round, they will ask the questions related to situation. These questions ask how you handled certain situations in the past. For example, you might be asked, how did you solve a conflict in your team? Let's understand with an example. Tell me about a time when you managed a tough project. To answer this question, it's helpful to use STAR method. That is, situation, task you faced, the action you took, and the result. Next, project based questions. These focus on how you handle projects before. You might be asked something like, what was your most challenging project and how did you finish it on time? Lastly, we have puzzle based questions. These are to test how you think. For instance, you might be asked something like, how would you figure out how many cars are in the city? Next, HR interview. One of the most important round in the hiring process. Let's dive into the four key areas you need to focus on. In HR interview, the goal is to understand more about you as a person and how well you fit into the company. The main areas covered are personal introduction, company knowledge, career goals and aspirations, strength and weakness. First, we have the personal introduction. This is usually the first question. Tell me about yourself. Here, briefly talk about your background, education, and experience, but keep it professional and to the point. Next, company knowledge. The HR asks questions like, what do you know about our company, or why do you want to work here? These are the common questions asked by the interviewer. Make sure to research the company's values, mission, and recent news. Then there are questions about your career goals and aspirations. These are to see if your long term goals align with the company. For example, you could be asked, where do you see yourself in next 5 years? Be honest but show ambition. Lastly, they will ask about your strength and weakness. For strength, think about what you are good at, like problem solving, teamwork, or leadership. When talking about weakness, pick something minor and explain how you are working to improve it. We are going to explore some essential technical interview topics and technical interview questions that are commonly asked in interviews. We'll walk you through each category, explaining what to expect and how to approach these questions with confidence. We are going to cover some of the most commonly asked C programming interview questions for freshers at TCS. What are the main features of C language? C is a structured procedural programming language that is fast and efficient. It offers features like low-level memory access, simple set of keywords, and the ability to work on embedded systems. Explain the use of printf and scanf functions. Printf is used to output data to the standard output and scanf is used to read input from the user. What are arrays and how are they used? Arrays are collection of variables of the same data type stored in contiguous memory location, such as list of students' codes or employee records. They are used to store multiple values under a single name. What is the difference between structure and union? In structure, all members have their own memory space, whereas in union, all members share same memory space, meaning that only one member can be used at a time. What is pointer? A pointer is a variable that stores address of another variable. Pointers are used for dynamic memory allocation, arrays, and function arguments. Explain difference between contiguous allocation and memory allocation. Memory allocation allocates a block of memory but does not initialize it, while contiguous allocation allocates memory and initializes all bytes to 0. We will be exploring Python interview questions that freshers often face and will cover some common questions and share tips to make your answers shine. What is Python? Python is a high level interpreted programming language known for its simplicity and readability and supporting multiple programming paradigms such as procedural, object oriented, and functional programming. What are Python key features? Python is an interpreted, high level, dynamically typed language and it supports object oriented programming, has extensive libraries, and it's known for its simplicity and readability. Name some libraries that are present in Python. Pandas, used for data manipulation and analysis, especially with tabular data, example, data frames. Coming to NumPy, provides support for large multidimensional arrays and matrices along with mathematical functions. Coming to TensorFlow, an open source library for numerical computation and large scale machine learning, widely used for deep learning. What is the difference between list and tuple? Lists are mutable and it can be changed and defined using square bracket, while tuples are immutable, cannot be changed and defined using parentheses. What is lambda function in Python? A lambda function is an anonymous single expression function that is defined using lambda keyword. For example, from the given expression, it returns a function that doubles its input. What is the difference between mutable and immutable data type? Mutable data types. Mutable data types can be edited, meaning that their values can change during runtime. Examples include list, dictionaries, and sets. Coming to immutable data types cannot be edited, meaning their values cannot change once they are created. Examples include strings, tuples, and frozen set. Is Python compiled language or interpreted language? Actually, Python is a partially compiled language and partially interpreted language. The compilation part is done first when we execute our code and this will generate bytecode internally. This bytecode get converted by the Python virtual machine, that is PVM, according to the underlying platform. What is list comprehension in Python? List comprehension is a concise way to create list by defining an expression and a loop, allowing for more readable and efficient code. We are going to cover Java interview questions that TCS often asks freshers. Java is an essential language in many technical roles and understanding common questions can really set you apart. What is Java? Java is a high-level object-oriented programming language developed by Sun Microsystem, now owned by Oracle. It is platform independent and designed to have a few implementation dependencies as possible. What is the difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM? Java Development Kit as defined as JDK and it is used for development and includes JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment and Development Tools. JRE provides the environment to run Java applications and Java Virtual Machine executes bytecode. Why does not Java support multiple inheritance? Java does not support multiple inheritance with classes to avoid the diamond problem, where ambiguity arises from a class inheriting from two classes with the same method signature. Java resolves this by allowing multiple inheritance through interfaces. What are the four principles of OOPS concept? The four principles are encapsulation, binding data and methods that operate on the data into a single unit. Coming to inheritance, acquiring properties and behavior from a parent class. Polymorphism, ability of an object to make multiple forms and perform different actions based on its data type. Abstraction. Hiding complex implementation details and showing only essential features of an object. Try to explain with an real life examples. Explain the difference between method overloading and method overriding. Method overloading. Defining multiple methods in the same class with same name but different parameters. It is determined at compile time and known as static polymorphism. Coming to method overriding, redefining a method in the subclass that is already defined in the superclass with same signature. It supports runtime polymorphism. What is a constructor? A constructor is a special method that is automatically invoked when an object of a class is created. It initializes the object and allocates memory for its members. What is the difference between super and this keyword? This refers to the current class instance, while super refers to the immediate parent class instance. Difference between Java and Python. Java is a fast, strongly typed language often used for large applications, while Python is an easy to read language that's great for quick project and data analysis. Java requires more lines of code, whereas Python allows you to do more with fewer lines. We are going to explore C++ interview questions that TCS commonly asks freshers. C++ is widely used in many applications, and understanding these questions can really help you stand out in your interview. What are the key features of C++? C++ supports object-oriented programming principles such as encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. It also offers memory management, operator overloading, and is both high-level and low-level language. What is the difference between C and C++? C is a procedural language, while C++ is both procedural and object-oriented. C++ introduces classes, object, and other OOP features but not present in C. What is a class and object in C++? A class is a blueprint or template for creating objects, defining properties, attributes, and behaviors. An object is an instance of a class. What is constructor and destructor in C++? A constructor is a special function that initializes an object when it is created. A destructor is called when an object is destroyed to free resources. Both have the same name as a class, but the destructor is preceded by a tilde symbol. Explain exception handling in C++. Exception handling in C++ is a mechanism to handle runtime errors, allowing the program to continue executing without crashing. It uses try, catch, and throw keywords. What is a virtual function and why is it used? A virtual function ensures that the correct function is called for an object based on its type even when referenced by a base class pointer. It's used to achieve runtime polymorphism. Let's discuss DBMS and SQL interview questions. SQL skills are crucial for many positions, and being prepared for these questions can help you stand out. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is an standard language for managing relational databases and performing various operations such as querying data, updating data, and defining the structure of databases. SQL was initially known as SQL. What are the types of SQL statements? Generally, SQL statements are instructions. It is used to communicate with the database. It is also used to perform specific tasks, functions, and queries of data. SQL statements are categorized into 5 types. Data query language. DQL is used to fetch the data from the database. It uses only one command, select. Data definition language. Data definition language changes the structure of the table, like creating a table, deleting a table, and altering a table. Here are some commands that come under DDL: create, alter, drop, and truncate. Coming to data manipulation language, DML commands are used to change the database. It is responsible for all the form of changes in the table. Here are some commands that come under DML: insert, update, and delete. Coming to transactional control language, TCL commands can only use with DML commands like insert, delete, and update. Here are some commands that come under TCL: commit, rollback, and save point. Coming to data control language, DCL commands are used to grant and take back authority from any database user. Here are some commands that come under DCL: grant and revoke. Explain the difference between SQL and MySQL. SQL is a language used to operate database, while MySQL is one several database management system that use SQL as its standard language. What is normalization? Normalization is a process of organizing data into database to reduce redundancy and improve data integrity. It involves dividing large tables into smaller related tables and defining relationship between them. What are different types of joins in SQL? SQL joins are used to combine rows from two or more tables based on related columns. Types of joins include inner join, left join, or also known as left outer join, right join, or also known as right outer join, and full join, or also known as full outer join. What is difference between delete and truncate? Delete is a DML command used to remove rows from a table based on a condition and it can be rolled back. Coming to truncate, it is an DDL command used to remove all rows from a table and it cannot be rolled back. Explain group by clause. Group by clause is used to group rows that have same values into summary rows and it is often used with aggregate functions like count, sum, average and etc. Explain having clause. Having clause is used in combination with group by clause to filter records written by aggregate functions based on a specified condition. What is a trigger in SQL? A trigger is a special type of stored procedure that automatically executes in response to a specific event on a table, such as insert, update, or delete operations. What are constraints in SQL? Constraints are used to specify the rules concerning data in the table. It can be applied for single or multiple fields in SQL table during the creation of a table or after creating using the alter table command. What is a view in SQL? A view is a virtual table derived from one or more tables. It represents a result set of a stored query and can be used as a regular table in SQL queries. Let's discuss operating system interview questions. What is an operating system? An operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provides service for computer programs. What is kernel in an operating system? The kernel is the core part of an operating system that controls all major functions including managing system resources, memory, process and hardware. What is the difference between process and thread? A process is an independent program in execution with its own memory space. Coming to thread, it is a lightweight subprocess that shares the same memory space and the process but can be executed independently. What are different types of operating systems? Different types of operating systems are batched operating system, distributed operating system, time sharing operating system, multi-programmed operating system, and real-time operating systems. What is deadlock? Explain. Deadlock is a specific situation or condition where two processes are waiting for each other to complete so that they can start. By this situation causes hang for both of them. Let's discuss computer network interview questions. What is a computer network? A computer network is a system of interconnected computer and devices that communicate with each other to share resources and information. What are different types of networks? LAN, local area network. It connects computer in a small area like home or office. Coming to WAN, it defines wide area network and it covers a large geographical area, often connecting multiple LANs. Coming to MAN, metropolitan area network, which spans a city or large campus. Explain OSI model. OSI model is a framework for understanding network communication consisting of 7 layers. That is physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session, presentation and application layers. What is VPN? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It creates a secure, encrypted connection over a public network and allowing remote users to access resources on a private network safely. What is HTTP? HTTP is a protocol for transferring hypertext requests and information on the web, facilitating communication between client and servers. What are the differences between HTTP and HTTPS? HTTPS is a secure version of HTTP, which uses SSL TLS encryption to protect data in transit, ensuring privacy and data integrity. Let's discuss data structure interview questions. Data structures are fundamental for problem solving in programming, and being prepared for these questions can set you apart from other candidates. We'll cover common questions and share tips to help you answer them confidently. Let's get started. What is data structure? A data structure is a way to organize and store data in a computer. so that it can be accessed and changed efficiently. Examples include arrays, linked list, stack, queue, trees, and graphs. What are different types of data structures? Data structures are way to organize and store data. They can be linear, like arrays and lists, where data is in sequence, or non-linear, like trees and graphs, where data connects in different ways, helping to make searching, sorting, and managing data easier. What is stack and what are its operations? A stack is a linear data structure that follows last in first out, that is LIFO principle. Key operations include push. It adds an element to the top. Coming to pop, remove the top element. Peek or top, it retrieves the top element without removing it. What is queue? A queue is a linear data structure that follows the first in first out, that is FIFO principle. What are the difference between array and linked list? Array is fixed size, allows random access. Elements are stored in contiguous memory location. Whereas in linked list, it is dynamic size, sequential access, and elements are stored in nodes with pointers linking them. List the area of applications where stacked data structures can be used. Expression evaluation, backtracking, memory management, function calling, and return. Let's discuss HR interview questions. Tell me about yourself. This is the universal question asked at the very first of any interview. It sounds easy, right? But this is the most important question where the candidates fail to create an impression with the interviewer, as most of the time they are not aware of what exactly need to be said. Let's discuss some tips to answer to be included. Do not speak what is already there in the resume. The interviewer wants to know what they have not seen on the resume. It's not mandatory to include about your parents in your self introduction. Speak about yourself at least more than 2 minutes. To perform well to this question, prepare this self introduction in front of your mirror, so delivering it in a confident and engaging manner to make a positive impression. And also include goals in two ways, short term and long term. My name is Include Your Name. I am from Bangalore. I recently completed my bachelor degree in computer science from NIT, completed in 2024. Throughout my academic journey, during my time at university, I had the chance to work on a fascinating project where I developed an emotional based music player using OpenCV and Python. This project allowed me to delve into the fascinating world of human computer interaction and hone my skills in programming and understanding user behavior. I have actively participated in various technical events and competitions, which I have enhanced my problem solving abilities and developed my skills in programming languages such as C, Java, and Python. In my free time, I enjoy reading books on personal development, and my goal is to continuously learn and grow in the field of technology, contributing to innovative solutions and making a positive impact. One of my key strengths is my ability to adapt new situations quickly, which allows me to effectively handle challenges and work well in dynamic team and environment. Once again, I appreciate the opportunity to share a bit about myself, and I am enthusiastic about the possibility of contributing to TCS team. Thank you. Why do you want to work for TCS? Let's understand with some tips. Research. Talk about the company and job role. Vision. Align your vision to the company's vision and values. Learning curve. Cite leadership examples from the organization that you admire. Personal. How you can add value. Sample answer. At first, I want to let you know that Ratan Tata is my role model and idealize him as a person for his personality and for all social work he does. So it will be a honor for me to work in his company. Moreover, in this period of recession, job security plays a very vital role and no company can match TCS in this regard. Learning opportunity through TCS is a huge, and TCS also conduct internal exams to upgrade our roles. Last but not least, the brand Tata is enough to provide a respectable position in society. These are the some of the reasons for which I want to join in this organization. What are your strengths? Sample answer. My strength lies in my adaptability and willingness to learn. I am eager to take on new challenges and am quick to grasp new concepts. Additionally, my strong communication skills and ability to work well in a team environment make me a valuable asset to the organization. Some tips to answer to be included. Be ready with the backup claim for each of strength that you mention. Hence, avoid speaking of the strength that you do not possess. What are your weaknesses? Sample answer. My weakness is sometimes being overly perfectionistic, which can lead me to spend more time than necessary on tasks. To overcome this, I have been prioritizing tasks based on importance and impact, and I have been learning to accept good enough when appropriate. Additionally, I am actively working on improving my public speaking skills by participating in workshops and practicing regularly. Lastly, I am learning to delegate more effectively by trusting my team member abilities and providing clear instructions. Some tips to answer to be include: avoid discussing weakness that could negatively impact your candidacy. If you mention any weaknesses, always emphasize how you are actively working to improve them. Instead of saying you don't have any weakness, mention actual weakness and explain how you are actively working to improve them. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Sample answer: in 5 years, I see myself as highly skilled and valuable member of this organization, contributing significantly to its growth and success. I am committed to continuous learning and development, so I envision myself taking on increasing levels of responsibility and leadership within the company. I aim to become an expert in my field, utilizing my expertise to solve complex problems and drive innovation. Ultimately, I aspire to be in a position where I can mentor and inspire others, helping to shape the future direction of the company. Some tips to answer to be include: the recruiter is primarily concerned about your commitment to staying within the company and your satisfaction with the position you are being hired for. Why should we hire you? Tips to be include: highlight your skills, enthusiasm, and how you can add value to the company. Sample answer: I believe my strong foundation in programming, my ability to adapt quickly, and my eagerness to learn make me a great fit for TCS. I am passionate about technology and I am confident I can contribute effectively to your projects while growing with the company. What technologies did you use for this project and why did you choose them? Some tips to be included: list technologies clearly. Mention each technology used and their purpose in the project. Prepare examples. Have specific examples ready to demonstrate how these technologies were applied in the project. Sample answer: for the online banking system project, we use Java for its robustness and scalability in backend development. Coming to Spring Boot, I was chosen Spring Boot for efficient microservices deployment and RESTful API creation. Angular was selected for its powerful front-end framework, ensuring dynamic and responsive user interface. SQL was used for reliable database management, maintaining transactional integrity and security. Are you willing to relocate or travel for this job? I am absolutely open to relocating or traveling for this job. I see it is an exciting opportunity to expand my horizons and embrace new experience and contribute effectively to the team's goal. Some tips to answer to be include: if you are open to it, then you should express that. If not, you should politely explain the reasons. You too understand the job requirements before answering. Some positions may require frequent travel or relocation, while others may not. Is there any questions to ask? At the end of your interview, the interviewer will ask you, do you have any questions for me? Never simply say no sir, thank you. Remember, this question plays an important role in how a hiring manager perceives you. These are the questions that you can ask. Can you tell me more about the company culture and values? What opportunities for growth and advancement are available within the company? How does the company support professional development and learning opportunity for employees? Some other HR questions. Tell me about your hobbies and interests. What other offers you have? Are you comfortable with night shifts? What is your greatest failure and what did you learn from it? Why do you want to join TCS and not any other company? Can you tell me about an achievement? What is your salary expectation? Who founded TCS? Who is the current CEO of TCS? What do you know about TCS? Let's discuss some managerial interview questions. Explain any one of your project. So to answer this question, first you should tell him that what was your project and explain its complete working. And if it was a group project, then also tell him about your group members. And also tell him from where do you get the idea to create that project. If your project is based on some real life problems, and then mention which technology you use to build that project and why you choose that technology, and then explaining how your project is beneficial in solving real world problems. So in this way you can answer this question. When discussing your project during the interview, it is essential to present them effectively. Here are some tips to help you do that. Keep it concise. Provide a high level overview without diving into excessive technical details. Focus on key features. Highlight the main functionalities and objectives of the project. Context. Briefly explain why the project was undertaken and its goal. By keeping these tips in mind, you will be able to present your project in the way that both informative and engaging. Sample answer. In my project, we developed an online banking system aimed at providing users with secure and convenient access to banking services. The system allowed users to perform essential tasks such as checking mini statements, making deposits, transferring money between accounts, and conducting balance inquiries. Using Java for backend development, we ensured robust handling of sensitive financial transactions, while Spring Boot facilitated the creation of RESTful APIs for seamless communication between front-end and back-end components. Angular was employed for the front-end to deliver a responsive and intuitive user interface, enhancing user experience across various devices. Our primary goal was to create a platform that not only met industry standard for security and reliability, but also provided a user-friendly interface that customer could easily navigate. This project challenged us to integrate complex functionalities while maintaining focus on user-centric design principles. How do you handle conflicts in a team? Tips: highlight your communication and problem solving skills. Show that you can listen to others and find a balanced solution. Sample answer: in one of my group projects, there was a disagreement on the approach we should take. I initiated a team meeting where everyone presented their perspectives. After discussing the pros and cons, we reached a consensus and moved forward. I believe open communication and respecting everyone's input is key to resolving conflict. Tell me about a time when you took a leadership role. Tips: provide an example where you led a team or project, demonstrating your leadership and decision making abilities. Sample answer: during my internship, I was assigned to lead a team for a client project. I delegated tasks based on each team member's strength, ensured regular communication, and kept the project on track by addressing and roadblocks. The project was successfully delivered before the deadline, and the client was satisfied with the outcome. Can you provide an example of a successful team project? What was your role? Tip: focus on your contribution and teamwork. Highlight specific achievement. Sample answer: in my university, we worked on a project to develop a web application. I served as a team lead, responsible for coordinating tasks and ensuring effective communication. I facilitated brainstorming sessions, divided tasks based on each member's strength, and kept everyone motivated. We delivered the project ahead of schedule and received top marks for our innovative approach. What are your long term career goals? Tip: align your goals with the company's direction. Show ambition while being realistic. Sample answer: my long term goal is to become a technical leader in a renowned organization like TCS. I aim to develop my skills in software development and project management, eventually leading a team to drive innovative solutions. I am excited about the potential to grow with TCS and contribute to impactful projects. Let's discuss TCS Ninja and digital interview topics. First, prepare your introduction and make sure you have done one project based on web development or any full stack project. And if made on any latest technology like machine learning, cloud computing, IoT, then it gives you extra advantage. Next, prepare with OOPS concept like inheritance, data abstraction, encapsulation, and polymorphism with real life examples. Let's discuss TCS Ninja interview experience. Tell me about yourself. Next important point: resume. I mentioned Python, SQL, and OOPS in my resume, so the next questions from Python and related to SQL itself. Next, technical round questions. Difference between Python and C++. Why Python is popular? Can you know the logic of palindrome? Basic coding questions can be asked. What is NumPy? Pillars of OOPS. What is normalization? What is NoSQL? Finished with technical round. Next, MR round. Explain your project. Next, my project on DevOps. So many questions from DevOps. Basic questions related to project. Are you a team leader? Internship related questions. HR questions. Why do you want to join in TCS? How was your NQT exam experience? And questions from reallocations, shift, and bond related questions. Let's discuss TCS digital interview experience. First, we'll discuss technical one. Tell me about yourself. SQL versus MySQL. Query to display all tables from an already created database. SQL subqueries. About project. Advantages of Python. Coming to MR round. Difficulties faced while making a project. Based on strength, a question. What if you are chosen as a team leader? As I mentioned in my resume that I am a team worker rather than leader. Coming to HR, why TCS? Strength and weakness. Are you okay with reallocation? Salary expectations. Also refer OOPS concept and SQL based on your programming language and projects and your introduction. The interview happens accordingly. Let's discuss prime interview experience. TR plus MR questions. First, discussion on generative AI. Puzzle. The interviewer may test your problem solving skills with a puzzle. Next question. What all the things have you done apart from technical skills? Next, what if we post you to some location which is not of your choice? How can you adapt yourself over there? Next, some coding questions. And why do you want to join TCS? And coming to HR questions, self introduction, open to any location, any offers in hand, if so, why TCS? Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? And any questions? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching and good luck with your interview preparation. See you in the next video.